Hello, hello, my beautiful Virgos. This is your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the week of February the 9th to the 15th. Let's see what your download message is for this week and the theme of your reading. Starting off, you have been given the What You Nurture Will Grow. Okay, working with Anne Ellis's Teacup Tarot deck. This is her angel deck. Beautiful deck. Please go check her out. You know I work with Anne every single Sunday, and we do a live session on YouTube. So, beautiful cards. Check them out. Okay, coming in with your first card, you have been given the Five of Teacups. You've been given the Queen of Wands, and you've been given the Two of Swords, the Two of Pencils, as Anne calls them. Coming in with your focus part of the reading, you've got the Hermit. Whoops. You have the Nine of Swords. You have the High Priestess. Coming in the center position, your help, hurdle, or your challenge, you have the card Unity. You have the card the Eight of Wands, and you have the card the Magician. Coming in with messages from Spirit and your guides, you have the Chariot, followed by the Ten of Swords, followed by the Four of Wands. Okay. Coming in next, we have the Temperance. You have the Eight of Cups. And you have the Page of Wands. Okay, let's see what we have here. Well, starting off, my beautiful Virgos, you've got What You Nurture Will Grow. So what you focus on this week, you put your blood, sweat, and tears, your effort, and your investment into, you're going to see it grow. Often this comes with something that you like to do. Okay, so if you picked a profession that you like in your job, or it could be a relationship, it could be a hobby, it could be a passion, it could be an event. Whatever it is you put your effort into and you pay attention to the details this week, you're going to see it grow, expand, and succeed. Okay, coming in the beginning of the reading, which is your life or career card, you've been given outside forces. And it says, unknown figures are driving the situation and you may not be able to control the outcome. This cycle will shift soon and you will be back, and things will be back and be okay. So, sometimes things happen that we can't control, whether it's members of our family, people we work with, a situation, a date on the calendar, anything like that. So just go with the flow, my beautiful Virgos. Don't get yourself stressed out about this or, create some anxiety for yourself. And something else is happening that you can't control, and you just have to go with it and roll with it, okay? Coming in with that, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Five of Cups. So there could be a little bit of, a little bit of stress this week. You've got the Two of Swords. This is a card of, either locking horns with somebody or yourself. This is about a decision. You don't know. You keep going back and forth. You can't make your mind up. Sometimes we tend to procrastinate a little bit when there's things that we need to work on. You may feel a lack of confidence in your decision making, or you may be stalling because you'd rather someone else make this decision for you. But it's possible you're thinking about the situation maybe too much, or perhaps you're pretending it doesn't exist at all, and you have the ability now to step up. It's just a matter of gathering your willpower and taking action, finding out the information that you need so you can move forward. So you're not creating this, you're conflict with your emotions right now. You're not seeing what really matters. And sometimes if you sit down and you really look at the situation and you pay attention to the details, you will be able to make the right decision. You've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, step into your strength, step into your independence, step into your confidence level. She's the most confident queen out there. She has that ability to say no matter what, yes, I can. And those people who doubt her, she just looks them in the eye and says, you know what, guys, watch me. She has worked very hard to get where she is. She's an astute businesswoman. She's forward thinking, and she's really worked hard to get there, and you have too, and you can too. So she says, yes, I can, and keeps moving. I would do that if I were you. Five of Teacups, moving towards your joy. But the Five of Cups is that card of feeling as though you're reminiscing about the past, the what ifs, the how comes, and unable to physically change them yourself. Because it's over. It's done. Whatever's happened is done and done. It's history. We can't change it. The only thing we can do is learn the lesson, move on, wipe up that spilt milk, and move towards your beautiful new beginning of joy. Coming in with your focus part of the reading, which is also your career and money card, Virgo, you've been given wings. Rising above money issues, business taking off, profit. Your career could involve spiritual work, life purpose, and a mission. Boy, I know some Virgos here. Hey, Anne, if you're watching this, these are her cards. She's very spiritual. I mean, everything she does is spirit-driven and the angels, and this one came up, and she is a Virgo. So if you're watching me, Anne, and things are going to get better here. I do believe that some others are maybe doing their own spiritual work as well, being a Virgo, and this is their life purpose. This is your life purpose, to go on. This is your mission. You're doing something here that you really love to do, and it is your mission, and Spirit's guiding your move. That's beautiful. Business above, is rising above money issues. Your business is taking off, and you're going to see a profit, whatever that is. Now, it comes in with the High Priestess, the Nine of Swords, and the Hermit. So, I think that, you're doing your research here. The High Priestess does her homework. She takes time to think about things through. And the Hermit does too. The Hermit seeks out mentors and like-minded people and learns things. He gets counsel. And then he's able to go out and take that counsel, what he's learned, and be out there to help other people, be of service for other people, light the light for other people. So this is a card of self-reflection, taking yourself aside to think about what it is you want to do, but also, communicating and being with people that are where you want to be, and that's a good connection to be in. Doing your homework, finding out information, trusting your instincts and your intuition, and getting the answers that you need. The Nine of Swords says, you're pretty much on your feet again, and you're back in the game of life. There was a time perhaps where you were feeling doubtful, where things weren't working out as you had wanted them to. But now I am here to tell you that the Nine of Pentacles is the Nine of Swords, and it says you couldn't see the forest for the trees. You felt held down, held back, maybe even betrayed, some of you, and felt as though you'd been stabbed in the back. Now you're on your feet. You've learned from the lesson, and you're going forward in a positive direction. You've been given in your help and your hurdle and your challenge position the card Retreat. And it comes in again. We've had a lot of these book cards this week, and it's lessons and learning experiences that could help you to align with your abundant destiny. And, it's about, also spiritual abundance as well. So sometimes taking a break is the best thing you can do to gain clarity and a fresh perspective. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you've been doing too much work with paperwork and admin, and maybe you've been busy doing things like that. Whatever the case is, it's time for you to take a break. Pull back, take a breather, put your feet up, make that nice cup of tea or whatever, and just breathe, okay? Take yourself to center. I think a lot of us have been pushing ourselves too far in general, and I'm not a Virgo, but I can speak for myself as well as another sign. I'm Pisces, and it's time just to put your feet up, okay? Maybe you've been working too hard, Virgo, okay? And you're pushing yourself, doing a lot of different things, wearing a lot of hats, being responsible for everybody else around in your family or your circle, and it's time for you now to just step back and enjoy and relax, recharge, and refocus. Coming in with that, you have the Magician. You have the Eight of Wands, and you have the Unity card. Wow, working well together. You've got everything here at your fingertips, my beautiful, beautiful Virgos. The Magician comes in. The universe says, hey, it's all there. All you have to do is tap into it and use it. You've got things coming in, perhaps in the form of time, effort, support, love, and maybe even money that's there for you to tap into, to create this next goal, to create this next passion and beautiful new beginning for yourself. The Eight of Wands says you could be juggling things back and forth. You might be, you might be pushing yourself quite hard here right now, and things are moving fast. Okay, this is fast-moving action. These are flying wands. This is a card that says you may be wearing a lot of hats. You need to be prepared. Get ready to tie those bootlaces, as I say, because you're going to be hitting the ground running. If things have been kind of slow, Get ready for them to pick up. Building momentum. These are flying wands. You could be booking an airline ticket, or they could be the wands of Cupid coming in quickly for some of you. Unity. Yes, we know that this is a Hierophant. This is a card of working well together. This is a card of bringing yourself and others together. It's also higher education, religious institutions, doing things in a traditional way. You could be seeking guidance from spiritual leaders and people around you that you're interested in spirituality with. Maybe you're teaching classes right now, and a need to be more flexible is important with this. I think you're discovering what's important right now, and it's important to surround yourself with supportive, loving, and understanding people. That may include people you already know, or maybe it's time to join a new group or like-minded individuals. This especially asks you to spend time with those who can help you grow spiritually and emotionally. Look for those friendships or assistance from people who have their arms and ears wide open and hearts open for you. This is a beautiful card of being together and with the right people. It can also have to do with marriages and the church. Coming in with your messages from Spirit and your guides, you've got this card Threat, and it shows the snake. And it says feud, natural enemy, and deadly threat. So, we know the snake has the ability to change and shed its skin. And maybe somebody's been around you who isn't as honest as they're claiming to be. But I always say, just like this snake, they're going to shed their skin and they're going to show their true colors. So there could be somebody in your circle or somebody where there may be a bit of a feud going on with them. They have this ability to almost self-sabotage themselves. That's what I'm seeing here. This threat isn't for you. I think it's someone around you, and you're watching from the outside, looking through the window. Okay, so Four of Wands, you've got the Ten of Swords, and you've got the Chariot. Yeah, so, the Four of Wands is that card of celebrating, and maybe you're celebrating the end of hard times, because the Ten of Pencils, the Ten of Swords is that card that says things are over. You're on your feet, you're back in the game, you're moving forward, right? So this is a beautiful card that says you are on your feet doing what's important. And the four here, the Four of Wands is a card of celebrating, feeling stability, security within the four walls of yourself, feeling at home within yourself, your job, maybe your relationships. This could be the card where, you could be selling, moving, renovating, or relocating, or somebody moving into your home. Chariot. Yes, again, a reason to celebrate. You are pulling off some great accomplishments and overcoming great hurdles. This is the card that says you're charging towards your goals now, but the only reason you succeeded was because you worked hard for it. You studied and you concentrated on what was important. You did your research and your homework. You were prepared. And now you can go out there with the freedom of celebrating your happiness and knowing that you've overcome some great struggles. However, it's also the card of travel. You could be taking a trip somewhere on any wheeled vehicle. Coming in next, you've got the angel card number 1212. Okay. Big ventures, it says. Divine intervention, prosperity, fated events, and faith. Love or other happiness lurks just around the corner. It will be something much better than in your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity, an exciting encounter with like-minded people will exceed your expectations. You're getting together with other people, because here with the Hierophant, you're doing that as well. I think you're going to be in the company of people who you're really happy with. They're going to help expand and grow with you. Coming in with that, you have the Page of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups, and you have the Temperance. So the Page of Wands is news, good news coming in. You've got great news. It's happy news. It's got your creative juices flowing, and you can't wait to get started. It's all about going forward. It's all about maybe doing new things. Maybe it has to do with a new project, a new goal, a new job. Signing of contracts and things like that. It's a great card of moving forward towards something happy and hearing that news coming in. The Eight of Cups says you're moving on. You need to balance yourself, take yourself to center. You're taking your time to take that first step forward towards your success. You can do this, okay? You have the ability to just step on that first cup and keep moving. This is the card that says you are going to balance yourself, and you've decided to pull away, move away, walk away, and turn your back on things that don't work. And now you're going in a new direction, and you know it's your best time. It's your best decision you're making now to do that. Temperance says take your time. Don't rush. Okay, this is the card that says you can take your time and think about things. She says here, mix ideas, you know, and compromise and that type of thing. And it leads you, it's a pause, and it leads you towards your success. But we all know that temperance is that card of balance, not rushing in, doing things in moderation, thinking about your moves, processing them, but not acting on them too quickly. This one here says you want to. This one here says you're going in that direction, but you're taking your time in the process. Yes. Well, my beautiful, beautiful Virgos, this is your general reading for this week. And I wish you a great remainder to today and a beautiful, optimistic, healthy, happy, prosperous, and successful week. And always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you. And I'll see you soon, my beautiful, beautiful Virgos.